We have a 2018 Nissan Titan with Cummins, the V8 Cummins, and we're having an issue with the speed sensor. I've already checked it. The speed sensor I have no output on, so we're gonna go ahead and change it real quick, and then I'm gonna continue my testing. So let me find a place to set you on, so you can see the back of my big giant head. Oh, that looks like. So, pretty simple on this. It's just 2 12s. Definitely a different type of sensor. Hopefully this is the correct one. Let me check that first. Looks correct. Yeah. Yeah, the other side's a lot longer. So we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and unhook it. Since up here, I've already popped it off the connector. I didn't grab a pair of dikes for that. That's nice. So I'll have to grab a pair of dikes to hook it up there. Just gonna pop those 2 out. Pull the sensor out. 2 12s. Okay. And then the notch. The new one, straight from Nissan, comes with this ring on it. I would imagine you have to take it off, because there's a seal underneath. The old one doesn't have it. And you gotta make sure you put it back in the right way. You can see that notch, it was facing this way, so we're gonna put that back in. One. Here's 2. Those 2 are tight. Now let's wire this thing in. And I'll go grab a pair of cutters, cut the old one out, and I'll zip tie it back to that line, so it's all nice. You go under there. That's a tight fit right there. Yeah. Just gonna go under. And then up here, take that out. Someone's already been playing around because they put airbags in here. So now I'm gonna pop the clips out of the frame. There's 2. Okay, and then we're gonna run it up there. I'm gonna run it up here. Pop it on. Plug it in. You can see the old one. I actually didn't even see this. See the grain? I didn't even see that. That just shows I need to pay more attention. So we're gonna route this one in a better way. Let me go grab my trash. And then I'm gonna grab a pair of dikes and zip tie. Okay, so we're back at it. So we're gonna cut this zip tie. I wanna put this one in a better spot, because obviously we don't want none of that happening again. I can't believe I didn't see that. Frustrates me to get that clamp. So we're gonna put it back on all the way. Let's fix it real quick if I can. Here's my dikes. I really don't want to get up and grab a pair of my pliers. I think I might just run it like zip tie like right here. Obviously where it was before. Just give it a little extra slack, so everything can move around. Okay, like that. And then over here, it's not good to pull on speed sensors like that. So I'm gonna have to cut this zip tie up here that's already been cut. get the thing out. Did someone cut it to put these airbags in here? I kind of want to put it like this. It's gonna rub right there though. I'm just gonna zip tight to this line. As long as it doesn't rub. It's really, it sucks when it's modified. It's not perfect. I know, the zip ties are gonna be all crunchy. Okay, but I mean, I know it's not pretty, but that's what it looks like. I'll put a little bit more so it doesn't touch. Just don't want it touching anything. Because this, like I said, this is aftermarket, obviously the airbag, this bracket. So they moved all this stuff to make this fit. So there should be a hanger up there somewhere for this. This was just shoved loosely in there when I originally checked it. So let's go, I know that'll fix it, but let's go see what other problems we have, because I know it's gonna have a lot more problems. So these are the codes that I started out with. I mean, obviously the water and fuel condition stored. The only thing that was, actually there's two that are active and stored. So we had the engine coolant level low, which the level's not low. These Nissan Titans, I don't know how many coolant reservoirs I've had to replace because the sensors go bad in them. And then the transmission, it had a code for the speed sensor. And when I looked up the speed sensor code, it came back to the, if there's any ABS speed sensor codes. And there was a code for the speed sensor for the rear in the ABS. So that's why I went and checked that and found it was not operational. So we replaced that. The only code that I have that returned is obviously the coolant level low, because the check engine light comes right back on. So if we go back, you can go and you can see engine. I'm just gonna make sure that the speed sensor works. I'm gonna try to drive it. I know that it was in a reduced power state this morning. So, and usually ABS, sometimes it'll kick you out if you go over a certain speed. So, but before the speed sensor was completely non-operational. So as long as it works now, then we're good to go on that side of it. So I just gonna pull up the rears just to compare them. I'm gonna go ahead and back up. Try to back up in one shot. Yeah, so we already got it working. Let's see if it's in reduced power mode though. I don't know if the coolant, I don't think the coolant sensor, the level sensor, will put it into reduced power mode. I'm pretty sure it won't, but I don't remember. It'll pop up on the cluster. We just have a key warning error. We only have 106,000 miles in this thing, and it came in with a Christmas tree of lights. Yeah, so far it looks good. We have speed sensor now. Going down the bumpy road. Just want to drive it, make sure it feels okay. The customer was saying something about the DPF. I didn't really understand. So, yeah, he was saying something about the DPF, and I'm not too sure what he meant by it, but crap, dude. So we have our engine power reduced. So when I pull over, I'll scan it and see what we have. If we still have the coolant code only, I'll look into it, but I'm pretty sure it won't throw a code for, or throw it into like a limp mode for that. I'm not sure. It's weird. But I'll look when we get back. So I've returned. Now, the only code that I have is the coolant level low, and you can see it's active and stored. We still have engine reduced power, so the coolant level's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend a reservoir, and that'll take care of that. And I do have to take this column cover apart. He said that someone pushed something in there and something shot out, so I have no idea what we're gonna find, but I'll go ahead and I'm gonna grab a Phillips. It appears, you can see next to that piece of bacon, there's a Phillips. We'll take that out and check it out. So there's a screw straight up in the column, so I'm gonna start taking that one out. And I'll bring you guys back when I get the top ones out. So as you can see, there's one right there, there's one right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull those out and I'll bring you back. Okay, now that screws out, and the bottom one's out, so it should just split. Let me attach it real quick. Not honking the horn. Hard to do this one-handed. I'm gonna set you down real quick. Okay, so I finally got it off. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I don't think that's going anywhere. Holy guacamole. Well, definitely something broke. Wonder if that's the full, that it is. No? Yeah, no, that's the full shift interlock. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna need the whole shift interlock mechanism. And I'm trying to see. I doubt it's gonna be available separate too. That sucks. What's this? I gotta hang on to that. Then move the seat back so we can get in there. Wow. Feels like there's, I don't know if it's a rivet. That's a screw. Well, let me get a diagram of this and see what we can do to try to fix it. But that's pretty crazy.